what the hell happened. The Clippers are down 0-2. Familiar territory. But does this spell doom? Is this the end for them? Are the Phoenix Suns desperate to go to the NBA Finals or destined to go to the NBA Finals? On a morning like this morning, I would be sitting up there saying, excuse me, we got to talk LA. We got to talk LA.
The main thing for the
But guess what? We are going to talk LA, not just because of the Clippers. Also because Alex Caruso for the Los Angeles Lakers could not stay off the weed. Duh. I mean, damn. Another one. First takes in the house. Let's go.
You got to get the job done. Let's put one together right here.
Crowder throws it up.
Booker's going to go back to the locker room.
Devin Booker drills it. Paul George misses a pair, and the Suns with a chance to win it.
If he throws it, you got to try to dunk it.
Crowder looking, throws it. Alley-oop. Oh! Ayton puts it down. He puts it down. Suns win game 2.
Jay made a great pass. I just finished. Enjoying the win tonight and getting ready for LA.
Last night was ridiculous. As do your seat. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into First Take. Thank you for being with us. Hello, Max Kellerman.
Molly.
I'm Molly Karen Rose. Stephen A. Smith. Good day. Saw you all over the coverage. Fellas, let's get right.
Molly,
What's
so funny to me is Stephen A. got 90 minutes sleep because of airline delays, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He said he was going back to take a nap at the place. There's always a million things to do. Good luck getting a nap in. And then the game ended late last night, and there was stuff to do after the game, and he's working on. You didn't catch up on any sleep. You're not fooling anybody. I did
it. He's right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
I heard you on the cold open.
That's
You could barely get the words out.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I'm tired as hell, but I'm ready.
You're always ready when the light goes on. You're always ready.
When the light turns on, so does Stephen A. So let's do this because that finish, unreal, guys. Again, the Suns shining up 2-0 as they head to LA. Still no CP3 or Kawhi Leonard. DeAndre Ayton in action with a finish for the ages. Props to him for executing and Monty Williams for dialing it up. High risk, high reward as they're sitting pretty. But not so fast. Don't count out Ty Lue and the Clips with their backs against the wall, and Paul George has been shouldering much of that load. Paul, talk to us.
With this team, if anything, we're more confident. Every series we've been down 2-0. We've handed over 2 wins to the other team. But if I know this team correctly, the fight we have, going into Game 3 and the fight that we have to believe that, we're going to change the series. That's who we've been and that's who we are. And so I'm very confident in our group. And, fact of the matter is they did what they were supposed to. They won their 2 games on their floor. We got to go home and protect our house.
I know I say it every time, but seriously, playoff P with playoff hair there, always on point. Stephen A., you're up first. Is this series all over?
I believe it is. I do believe it's over. And when I say it's over, I mean the Phoenix Suns, I believe, are going to win this series. It doesn't mean it's not going to go 6 games or 7 games or 5 games. I don't give a damn. I'm just telling you that when the series is over, I believe the Phoenix Suns will be going to the NBA Finals because I don't believe the Los Angeles Clippers without Kawhi Leonard can beat the Phoenix Suns the next 4 out of 5 games. It's really, really that simple to me. That's where I'm at with it, Max.
No, I don't think the series is over at all, but we're on the same page about one thing. You have to have Kawhi. If they don't get Kawhi back, it doesn't matter if Chris Paul's playing or not, they're not going to win this series. But with Kawhi, Stephen A., you absolutely can't count them out. Number one, Kawhi Leonard's one of the all-time great postseason performers. It doesn't mean he's never messed up in the playoffs. We saw against Denver, but he's got 2, not 1, but 2 Finals MVPs. And if they gave out an MVP for the whole playoffs, he'd have won at least one of those 2, which is the real NBA season that matters the most. He's an incredibly clutch player, a great two-way player, and as I said, a 2-time Finals MVP. 2, Ty Lue. Ty Lue, for my money, is the best coach in the league. Greg Popovich, Eric Spoelstra, by the way, Monty Williams, and others. But if I had a coach for my team, I'd want Ty Lue. And Stephen A., we've seen it twice so far in these playoffs. The Ty Lue team has come back down 0-2. And the greatest comeback ever against the invincible 73-win Warriors by the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2016, down 3-1. Ty Lue coach team. So you got Kawhi, if Kawhi plays, and you got Ty Lue. And then finally, Stephen A. They just had home court, a raucous crowd, a great performance by Booker. You had a great performance by DeAndre Ayton, Monty Williams drawing up plays, the whole thing. They, by the skin of their teeth, defended home court just now, won both games. By the skin of their teeth, they won both games. Don't tell me the Clippers at home with Kawhi can't even it up, and now it's anybody's series best of 3.
Well, what I would tell you is that this segment was supposed to be a quick segment, and clearly you ruined that notion. So since you did that, let me say this to you. Yes, Ty Lue can coach his butt off. Yes, the Clippers are capable of doing a lot of different things. But here's my thing. When they came back from 0-2 to Dallas, they had Kawhi Leonard. When they came back from 0-2 against Utah, they had Kawhi Leonard pretty much for the most part before he got injured late in Game 4. So I'm looking at it from the standpoint that in this particular situation, not only do you not have Kawhi Leonard, but the Phoenix Suns won the first 2 games without Chris Paul. Chris Paul will be back Thursday night, okay? Just trust me on that. He'll be back. And as a result of him being back, and Devin Booker, by the way, how many games is Devin Booker going to play like he played last night? We don't see that very often from Devin Booker. I don't think we'll see it again. I think he'll play significantly better than he did last night. Cameron Payne, a reserve, comes off the bench, Max. A backup point guard comes off the bench, okay, and drops 29 with 8 assists in 37 minutes without one single turnover. Let me tell you something right now. When I think about that, I think about a Cameron, Jordan, him coming out and hitting all 5 of his shots. I'm looking at Cam Johnson. I'm sorry. When I look at him hitting all 5 of his shots, this dude can be a marksman. He can hit from long range. I just look at Phoenix right now, and I say they were just as handicapped in their own way as the Clippers were.
Okay,
but somehow they won the first 2.
That's right. They were both behind the 8 ball in terms of not having their best player or their leader. Bottom line,
and I don't think Kawhi may be back.
That's a whole different story. If that's the case, I'm hearing the same sort of thing. Then it is over. But if Kawhi comes after Paul George missed both free throws.
Yeah, let's talk about that, Max. I'm glad you brought that up. So Paul George, an 85% career free throw shooter, missed the 2, as you just mentioned, 8 seconds remaining. Max, how much of this loss falls on PG-13?
I can't put it on Paul George. Look, that moment's not for him. I know he hit a clutch shot before then, but it didn't surprise me that he missed those free throws. He has a reputation in the playoffs for a reason. But Stephen A., he's a number 2. He's not a number 1. They're playing without their number 1. And he didn't have the most efficient game, but he played well enough that his team was in a position to win, right? If you're going to count those free throws against Paul George, then you also have to count Kevin Durant's air ball against KD. I'm just saying, most people don't count that against KD. I'm not counting this against. I'm not saying this. Paul George is the reason they lost that game.
Well, recline back in your chair and take notes about the game of basketball right here, right now, because that's one of the most utterly nonsensical things that came out of your mouth. When you talk about Paul George, okay, Paul George showed up and went on a personal 8-2 run, Max Kellerman. But did you know that this season, first of all, for his career, Paul George is an 84.7% free throw shooter. This season, he was shooting 86.8% from the free throw line. Do you know that in more than 100 tries this season, Max, Paul George missed 2 free throws once in February? In February, one time. The other 100 plus times that he had an opportunity to hit both ends of a free throws, he made them. He's never missed 2 free throws in a row but once in a regular season in February. Now, Max Kellerman, I'm not the one that loves to use the word choke. You do that. You've done it with James Harden. You've done it with a few other players. Fair enough, because I understand where you're coming from with that, even though I don't agree with you about James Harden. But here's the deal, Max. To me, the definition of choking is when you do something all the time and then the moment arrives And all of a sudden, that's what you don't do. Paul George is at the free throw line. And he did something he almost never does. When Paul George bounces the ball and he spins the ball before he shoots the free throw, he never puts his head down, Max. What he did last night, he put his head down and took a few extra seconds to think before he launched those free throws because he was